We all know that late night ideas feel like $1,000,000 plans, but by morning, poof, they're gone. But if you want to actually bring those ideas to life, this video is for you. What's up, warriors? I'm Zook, and I help Christian men smash their goals by crafting them a killer morning and evening routine. All right, now, without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, today's video is about my 5 tips to help you stop losing fire overnight and start acting on your God-given ideas with boldness and follow through. All right, now number 1 is to own your midnight. Bro, you need to write down these ideas as soon as they come in. And it could be something random and something you probably wouldn't even think would matter. But those little things matter, believe it or not. Because, it's just one part of the puzzle. And yet, so the cat just jumped up in the window. Mother freaking freaked me out for a second. And bro, here's what I do. Sometimes I just use a voice memo. You don't need perfect words. You just need real ones. Think of it that way. As long as what you say makes sense, you're good. You're golden, man. And the cool thing about your midnight ideas is that they are raw and honest. So you need to honor them, man. Even if they seem way too big. Because do you remember the mindset you had when you were a child? Like you wanted to aspire to be like an astronaut, a doctor, and a wrestler all at the same time. And then as you got older, culture, society, your classmates, probably, unfortunately, your parents, they started to telling you to, be realistic. Whenever you look at a lot of, not just successful people, but people in general, you'll tend to understand more like about them by learning more about their background. All right, now all this is good and golden, but now let's jump into tip 2. So tip 2 is expect morning resistance. And I'm going to use some sciencey words here that I don't often use, but I'm speaking to the masses on this one. So you want to understand your biology. And stress hormones, dude, they spike in the morning, believe it or not. So does your self-doubt. I mean, all of us in the morning, we don't just wake up like, oh yes, it's Monday. Or, oh yeah, it is the beginning of the week on Sunday. Like, it doesn't always work that way. So what you need to do is figure out a way to make it enjoyable every morning. So you need to make your mornings count. Now, you need to give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to reconnect with that midnight vision that you were given, or idea you might have had. And you need to do that before checking your phone, bro. Before checking your phone. So I learned this and I thought it was crazy, but it was a fella, and he literally used to have his phone under the middle of his bed. And when his alarm would go off, for one, like you need to literally get out of bed. Or if you have your phone on the other side of the room, that's another way to do it. But I would honestly recommend you need to be extreme sometimes, especially if you know for a fact that you are hard to wake. Give yourself a challenge in the morning, because as soon as you get up out of bed, turn off that alarm to reach under the bed first and grab it. That's literally going to help you feel really good. Because that could be a really big goal for some of us, for you even. But I haven't gone that extreme because, I put I made like a little PVC frame to go under our bed because the cat just kept hiding under there. When we first got that cat, it was literally under there for 3 months. And it was what do you call it? Like an orange tabby. So I always called him the orange blur. Whenever we saw him, it was always in the corner of our eye. I mean, he's good now. That was years ago. But yeah, I can't do the phone thing that I just recommended you do. But I would seriously try that. And then even let me know in the comments if you are, and if you already have, how has that worked out for you? That was rude. All right, now you need to keep a night versus day list to see what shifts and which thought still matters in daytime. Because, I mean, let's just be honest, bro. Not all of our late night ideas are probably like the best ones. Maybe like starting a store just selling broccoli. I would shop there, but I don't think a lot of people would. Chocolate dipped broccoli. I don't think that's going to be a popular thing ever. But if you had like an idea to start, let's just say, a pressure washing company, well, why not? A lot of people need things cleaned. And I don't even know how to use a freaking pressure washer. I might just blow the house right off the foundations because I'll have the setting too high or something like that. But it's interesting. And then you can also come up with really good ideas for titles for books. I've heard of that. And What's some other ones? And even ideas for vacations and things like that. Because I'm not just isolating these ideas to business things, but we all need breaks. And your brain is pretty good at letting you know if you need breaks or not, or if we need breaks or not. All right, bro. Now comment below about one midnight idea that you have recently had that felt powerful, even though you didn't act on it. Let's bring those ideas to the light, man. All right, bro. Now that's going to lead us to tip 3, which is you need to understand the hormone trap. And that's when cortisol, it peaks early in the morning. And, no wonder your confidence feels like it's missing all the time. MIA in the morning. And what you can do if you need is literally just do push-ups. Do 10 push-ups as soon as you get out. Dude, that'll really wake you up. And if that's not enough, do 10 jumping jacks. And if that's not enough, do 10 pull-ups. I know now people struggle with doing 1. So instead of like pulling that Twinkie to your mouth, why don't you just pull up the pull-up bar? I mean, I don't know if that was a good metaphor or not, but you're welcome to share that one with the world or others if you want. And bro, you need to prime your body first. And you can do that by prayer, reading your Bible as well, breath work, and even sometimes splashing cold water on your face. Because I don't know if that'll make you hit that choir boy note, like, ha, but it will help wake you up. It will help put your body in shock in a good way, and it will help. I don't know. Sometimes that makes me. Sorry, nose itch. That makes me feel pretty good. You don't want to expect the 6 a.m. you to be as vibrant and as lively as. Well, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but you don't want that version to be the 12 a.m. version of you who just wakes up. So you need to just be ready, because you need to set both of the 6 a.m. and the 12 a.m. you up for success. And that'll lead to step 4. So you want to focus on just one of your ideas. Pick one of those amazing ideas and give it 15 minutes of daylight love. Put on some of that Barry White music, like, yeah, baby. And just start jotting out some, okay, you don't have to be that extreme, but just start writing out, if this idea is going to work, what are you going to do to actually make it work? Because God can implement more ideas on pieces of the puzzle. Maybe you have friends you can contact. Maybe there are helpful YouTube videos, or maybe there are blog sites that are vlogs that you can watch where somebody's actually doing this, because now they have YouTube videos that, where these creative men and women, they actually document their journeys of building businesses. And these are really popular channels. And you can even do that for yourself. I mean, I'm doing a little bit of that on this channel because I want you to know that I'm human with all this AI crap out there. And you know what? I don't even think AI can do this, because that's just way too difficult. So there's my step 1 of proof that I am real and I'm not a robot. Now remember, man, your follow-through isn't so much as hype as it is about just following the steps. Because you're not always going to want to hype yourself up, or others aren't really going to be there to hype you up in the beginning part of living in your purpose, dude. You need to just listen to God's calling. Now, let me give you this as a preface. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that it's something that actually will honor God. So if you're like, oh, God's calling me to start a strip club, for one, that's 100% false, or God's calling me to start a drug business, that's also very false. Or pimping, or just freaking whatever. Like, use your spiritual, logical mind that God has given you, bro. Because there's so many other things than doing that dirty stuff. And then also, you want to whip out the notes. Whip out, hadn't said that since high school. Okay, no comment, guys, no comment. Okay, so you want to, oh, memories. And remember, consistency is what makes a dream real, not just how big it felt when it hit. That's what she said. So it is very important to have dreams, have goals, aspire to be a better version of yourself the way God intended you to be. But just remember, dude, what really makes the dream real is action. So if you take anything away from this video, do that, because manifesting is crap. I know there are like manifest coaches and stuff like that out there, but I mean, you can literally, all you do to manifest is you literally write down what you want to achieve, and then take daily steps toward it. It's not that hard unless you're like me and you need like the accountability. Because I've been down there, it's been like over 10 years. I've been sitting on so much potential and things like that, and I just wanted to keep learning and learning and learning. When I'm like, dude, sometimes you need to cut off certain areas of your life and even certain people and just start literally focusing in. You need to go ghost mode and just kind of disappear for a while. All right, now that's going to lead us to step 5, which is you want to keep carrying it throughout the day. And what you're going to do by that is you want to revisit your dream midday. You want to reflect on it. You want to pray on it. And you want to take another step toward achieving it. All right. Now, you want to protect your energy like a treasure chest as well, as I mentioned a little bit in step 4, because not everyone deserves access to it. People are going to try to steal your treasures and your gifts. And you'll learn if you haven't dealt with that stuff yet, just wait, you will. And especially when you want to go against the grain or be countercultural, not just do a 9-to-5 job, because God is calling you for something more than that. And and that goes into the education system as well. Literally, you can look this stuff up. It will take time because it's being suppressed, but the education system is literally designed to make you just smart enough so that you then can just start working for these big companies and struggling financially. And like, God did not design us, this is no prosperity gospel. I'm just saying hard work pays off, and God will reward you for your hard work, for being, honorable to Him, and then also living in your purpose to help others. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, and you were just blessed with your finances, because nobody ever owns money anyway. It's not even ours. When we die, we're not going to take it with us. But I know, little soapbox. But you want to remind yourself that God gave you this dream for a reason. And don't let the day steal it away from you. Because, bro, this is where it is so important to keep track of your time and where it goes. And if you don't have kids yet, that's good, because whenever you have kids, if you, maybe you have nephews or nieces or something like that, but you realize that literally becomes your whole world. And if you're like me and you started later, which I recommend, just personally, I recommend later in life having kids, because I've known so many people, and it's a lot of added stress early in a marriage when you immediately have kids or right after you're married. I think you should spend time with your spouse for a little while. Just enjoy going on vacations, getting to know each other for a little while, and then have kids. And by the time I realized that I needed to find a career, it was actually after I had kids. And your mind is in a mindset at that point to where all you do is think about that child, because you love them so much and you want to provide them a future that maybe you didn't have growing up. And because that's what I'm doing. And you're working several jobs, and it can be so stressful. And then you're the spiritual leader of the household, and it can just be so difficult, but it is definitely possible. And that is what led me to my midnight idea to start a community, to start a mentorship, to help these men. And I know there's going to be some hate out there. It's like, oh, does he charge for this? Yes, I am eventually going to charge to do something like this, because I'm not, well, I can't make money and provide for my family off of volunteer work. And I know that might butt hurt some people, but I'm just being open and honest. If I'm still to work like 2 to 3 jobs while providing for my family, while building a business, all that stuff on the back end costs time and money. And I promise you I put in the work. So I want to help you get ahead. But all right, bro, I'm going to cover these. I know I went off on a soapbox, but I'm going to go on and cover the 5 things that I just went over. You want to honor your midnight thoughts. Expect resistance in the morning. Know your biology, if you have a penis or not. And I'm just kidding. But just know the morning you is going to be different than the late night you. And you want to take one small action at a time. Take one small step. And you can have micro goals throughout the week and one big goal throughout the week. Think of it that way too. And you want to carry the dream into the daylight. So carry your midnight dream into the daylight and just start taking little tiny steps toward achieving that. But all right, bro, if this video is helpful, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like it, send it to somebody else, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.